what's up mga kaisda? So, I am Vincent Pelostrissimo. So, magko-content naman tayo for the another experiment. So, last experiment we conduct into the school. So, today we conduct in our house. So, magandang araw at magandang buhay at panibagong buhay. So, for today's video, we're going to conduct some experiments which is entitled water solubility. So, before we start to determine the solubility of the common substance at the different water temperature, so since we have no laboratory for experiments, so I have here in the open area to conduct my experiment. So for the materials given or needed in this experiment, so we have two disposable cup which is high leveled into room temperature water and cold water, and one broken glass which is for hot water. So we can use clear glass for the hot water. So, and a salt and sugar and 1 tablespoon or stirrer. So we can use also in stirrer. So let's start the experiment na. So we have here 1 cup of cold water, 1 cup of room temperature water, and also 1 cup for hot water. So in every different water temperature, we add 1 tablespoon of salt in every water cup. So after we add the 1 tablespoon into the cold water, so we can identify what mixture, either heterogeneous or homogeneous. And also for the solubility, which is the low, high, or moderate. So stir it and observe what happened with the two substance mix. After we stir the cold water, so we can observe into cold water that there is an interaction between the two substance, and also for the room temperature, so there is the interaction between the two. So after the 1 tablespoon added into the three different water temperature, so there's the result. And second step, we add another 1 tablespoon of salt into the different water temperature, and there's another change of solubility after we add another tablespoon of salt. So, and also in the room temperature and hot temperature, and every tablespoon we add, so there are always solubility change. So we can now easily identify the what solubility in the cold water, room temperature, and hot water. And lastly, we add another 1 tablespoon of salt into the different water temperature. So there are 3 tablespoon of salt into cold water, room temperature water, and hot water. Every tablespoon we add into the different water temperature, there is changes happen between the two. So the solubility change. After we test the salt into the water solubility, so we can now identify their solubility, either high, low, or moderate. So the next experiment, which is the sugar and the 3 different water temperatures. So we have here 1 cup of cold water, another 1 cup of room temperature, and 1 cup of hot water. So same procedure we will make in sugar, in salt into sugar. So we add 1 tablespoon of sugar and cold water. Take 1 cup of sugar and the room temperature. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar in the hot water. So after we add the 1 tablespoon of sugar into water, different water temperature, so there are changes, which is the cold water. So we can identify here the mixture, which is the homogeneous or heterogeneous, and then the solubility, which is the high, low, or moderate. So we can easily identify into sugar compared to salt. So identify easily for the solubility of this mixture. Next, which we add another tablespoon of sugar into different water temperature, and then we add second tablespoon of sugar into another tablespoon of sugar into room temperature. Then second tablespoon of sugar into hot water. So after we put the second tablespoon of sugar into the different water temperature, so if you can see, there are reaction between them. So there are changes happens, the solubility. Then the last one we add is the last tablespoon of sugar into water temperature. So last tablespoon of sugar into cold water. So this is the result of sugar versus the water different temperature. So into cold water, so we can easily identify again the solubility. And for room temperature and hot water. So this is the result of our experiment in sugar into different water temperature.